Hey everyone, Brian here from Vintage Classic Specialist. Happy Thursday to everyone. Hope everyone's week is going by good so far. It is time for another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. Our daily update episodes that we do here on what we've been doing in our little VW restoration shop. So why don't we talk about it here, starting with this guy here, the pearl white 66 Beetle. So I had the shop, at least the shop here to myself today. So Rene and Santiago were here doing their thing, upholstery and body work, but inside the actual, this part of the shop anyway, I was here by my lonesome, just working away. So I didn't work too much on this one today, but I did a couple things. One is that the driver's side window, the window lift channel was not glued to the window yet. And so I put it where I thought it should go with the seal, and then I test fitted it on the door and made sure it rolled up and down like it should, and it did. So I went ahead and popped it back off and then put some weather strip adhesive on it and permanently glued it on there. So that's ready to go. I'll let it cure overnight, and then tomorrow I'll go ahead and put it in here, and that will be it for this door. But it seems to be working well. I went ahead and applied, like I mentioned yesterday, applied some baby powder to the felt channel. It's kind of easier to do when the window's not in, because you can kind of spread them apart a little bit easier when the glass is not in there. So went ahead and did that. So it is, it's all ready. So that'll go in tomorrow, and then this door will be done. And still need to do a little bit of work on the interior panels. Like I mentioned yesterday, we got to add the chrome strips to them. We got to add the armrest to them, and then we need to add the armrest bracket like that to this door, because these cars didn't normally come with an armrest on this side. Anyway, the only other very minor but kind of fun thing I did was I went ahead and put his hood emblem on, and you know, one of those things should take 2 or 3 minutes. It might have taken 5, maybe 10. I don't know. I wasn't like timing myself, but the little, I don't know, boots that hold these down, the holes in the hood were too small, and it wasn't just a matter of paint buildup. I went and scraped the paint out of the holes first, and the little hard plastic boots still wouldn't go in. So took a jeweler's file and carefully opened up each of the 3 holes until those little boots would press in there very tightly, and then went ahead and put the emblem on. So yeah, it's one of those things you think it's going to be a 15-20 second job, ends up being, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. You want to take your time and open up those holes just enough so that the little boot, or whatever you want to call it, goes in. But anyway, so little by little, guys, this thing is coming right along. So then I ran a bunch of errands this morning, boring, running the shop stuff like that I won't go into. But after that, I decided to turn my attention to this beauty here, the 64 Beetle that we're doing like a semi-restoration on here. And so if you follow the channel, you know that Rene, our paint and body guy, has been polishing this puppy up, and so far he's polished it. He hasn't done the final buffing yet, but it's looking really good. It's gonna look even way better once it's had its final buff job on it. But anyway, I decided to go ahead and work on this, and decided that probably makes sense to go ahead and pull his transmission out. We need to send it out for a rebuild. I doubt it's ever been rebuilt before. Maybe not even been out of the car. It's hard to tell. It seemed like it maybe hadn't, but I went ahead and pulled it out, and I've definitely seen worse. I mean, it's pretty greasy and gross, but I've definitely seen much, much, much worse. So that wasn't too bad. It came out fairly easily, all things considered. And so I may tomorrow, if I feel like still working on this one, I may go ahead and pull his spring plates and all that so we can put new bushings in, and probably go ahead and have the spring plates and the spring plate covers, have that stuff powder coated. And then was talking to Rene today. We'll probably also go ahead, while we've got it apart, and do some undercoating under here. It's
It looks like it could stand a nice undercoating here. This is going to be a really nice car. I mean, it was already a nice car, but we're going to make it a lot nicer. So it makes sense to just go and take the time to apply some undercoating under here and under the fenders themselves and stuff like that. We'll see. But yeah, so tomorrow like I said, may go ahead and pull the suspension off. The other thing that I did today on this one is I went ahead and disassembled the dash. I pulled out the gauges, the radio, all that good stuff, and then completely removed the wiring from the front of the car, so you can see it's all out. So this is just the main harness here, which I left because we'll use that to pull the new harness from back to front. And so, but yeah, everything else, well, that's part of the dome light harness. We leave that in too because we use that to pull the new dome light harness, but all the other wiring's out for the headlights and all that stuff. So I wanted to just show you guys though, the switches and everything for this car, really nice. Not surprisingly, you know, they're a little bit dirty and they look like they've got some overspray on them from when the car maybe was painted at some point. I'm not sure, but these are going to clean up really nice. And as far as I know, everything was working. And likewise, we like to reuse original fuse blocks when we can. This one's in really good shape, so we'll go ahead and restore that too. The reproduction ones at Wolfsburg West sells are pretty nice, but you know, original is always better when it's in good shape. Look at that little VW logo there, so cool. So the thing that I just thought was amazing, I don't know that I've ever seen a nicer one, was the speedometer in this car. I mean, it looks like it's freshly restored. It's so nice, but actually it looks better than freshly restored because it still has the original ink stamp on it with the date, and there you can see on the housing itself 1163 and then 1163 on the stamp. I don't know why they would stamp it in the case, like metal stamp it, but then also do an ink stamp. I'm not sure what the point of doing that kind of twice like that was. But anyway, yeah, speedometer is just in amazing condition. And it's indicating, let's see, what is this? Indicating 78,000 some odd miles. I'm guessing it's probably been turned over once, but I don't really know. And I asked the owners, they weren't really 100% sure. So I'm guessing it probably has 178,000 miles on it. Not really sure, but this is just overall a really, really nice car. It kind of reminds me of this 67 when it came in. Just like everything on this car is just super clean. Everything's in really, really good shape. It's very complete, very original, and so on. Likewise, look at the wiper assembly here. It's really, really nice. The cover on it, a lot of times they're like banged up and stuff, and just looks amazing. So I may just clean that up, honestly, and put it back in how it is. I'll check the shafts and make sure that they're good. Sometimes they're wore out, although on Southern California cars, you know, we don't get a lot of rain here, so probably not necessary to replace those shafts, but we'll see. We'll check them out. And let's see what else. So on the topic of this car, and hopefully I'll have these to show you guys tomorrow. So I mentioned before that we are saving the original door panels from this car. So the vinyl on them was really, really nice. And so what I had Santiago do is go ahead and carefully remove the vinyl from the backing, the fiber board that they're on, because it was in really poor shape, and then put them on new wood backing with, you know, new foam and so on and so forth. So he's been working on that today, and it's kind of a big job, honestly. It probably takes longer than making a new set, but they're really, really nice and very original. And so yeah, we are going to reuse them. So hoping to have those to show you guys tomorrow, and I think you're going to be pretty amazed to see how good they look. So he's doing that, and then Rene, our paint and body guy, has the deck lid for it, and it had a little dent on it. It had some little extraneous holes,
So he's working on those things, and then he already fixed those, and he's already sprayed some paint and did a blend with the paint, because the match is, you know, it's almost impossible to have a perfect match, and it was off a little bit. So he did a blend where he kind of feathers the paint from the area where there's a repair. He kind of feather it out from that area, and then you know, clear coat the whole thing. Even though this car itself is a single stage, but when you do a blend, you end up using two stage, and then it allows you to clear coat the whole thing and kind of do blending in a way that you can't really do as easily with a single stage. And in fact, let me show you guys something. I'll show you a not great blend on a single stage. I think you can, yeah, I think you can see that. You see right here where it appears to be a little bit of a different color, and then you can kind of see where the turn indicator was. So that's what a not very good blend looks like, and that's kind of what you get when you try and do a blend on a single stage. You really can't do it in the way that you can with two-stage paint. So anyhow, that's that. But I don't think that's going to be noticeable, especially once the light and the turn indicator are back on. I don't think anyone's going to notice that little discrepancy in that color right there. So anyway, so that is pretty much my day here in the shop, guys. So appreciate you guys all watching, and we will see you again tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.